Our person of interest today is the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Aby Ahmed, the youngest African leader today. Aby Ahmed has been dubbed the savior, and his reforms programs have inspired great hope across Ethiopia. But also, his first reforms have antagonized the old guards in the political setup in Ethiopia and the region at large. The question is, will these reforms lead to a better and brighter future for Ethiopians and the region at large, or will the reforms create deeper political, ethnic, and security crisis in the region? What do you think? Let us start by answering the question, who is Aby Ahmed? Who is Dr. Aby Ahmed? Aby Ahmed's full name is Aby Ahmed Ali, and he was born in August 1976 in Beshasha, Ethiopia. Aby Ahmed became prime minister in April 2018, and since that time the pace of change has been moving at a high speed on the first lane. That is why he received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2019. Now, before we go further, if it is your first time you're coming across this channel, please hit subscribe and turn on notification. Now, let's continue. When did Dr. Aby Ahmed join politics? Before he joined politics in 2010, Aby Ahmed was a lieutenant colonel in the military. Aby Ahmed was elected to the House of People's Representative as a member of the Oromo People's Democratic Organization, OPDO, which was part of the Ethiopian's People's Revolutionary Democratic Front ruling coalition. This was in 2010. His education background, if we look at his education background, he completed a bachelor's degree in computer engineering in 2001 from Microlink Information Technology College in Addis Ababa. In 2011, he earned a master's degree in transformational leadership from the International Leadership Institute in Addis Ababa and in partnership with Greenwich University in London. In 2013, he completed his master's degree in business administration from Leicester College of Management and Leadership in partnership with Ashland University in Ohio. And in 2017, he earned his doctorate from the Institute for Peace and Security Studies from Addis Ababa University. And that is why he is called Dr. Aby Ahmed Ali. When we look at his political philosophies, he endeavors to establish national unity government instead of regional self-rule governing system, with the aim of creating an ethnic party of national unity. In other words, his approach is pan-Ethiopian national unity dream. We have seen in the previous episode of our person of interest where we looked at President Farmajo of Somalia. Farmajo also believes in national unity government. You can guess where these national unity government policies are moving towards in the future, in the near future, not very far into the future. Very clear, we can see that national unity government are a step up and move in the right direction. Leaders from these national governments wanted to create one regional bloc, just like in East Africa, West Africa, and Southern African blocs. It is unfortunate that while other parts of the world are moving towards strengthening regional unity blocs, Kenya is busy with strengthening tribal chieftains. We will look at that in our next episode. Now, the question is, when will tribal alliances create regional unity? Yes. Also, we need to ask this question. Why is government of national unity important for peace and development? It is common knowledge that where power is held by a certain community or a tribe, other community members rightly or wrongly believe they are victimized and they have to fight for their rights. This is a common assumption in many parts where communities are divided on tribal lines. Now, as a result of this, there will always be a struggle to try to wrestle power from those in power, those in office, and so much time and effort is lost in vain instead of focusing on reconstruction, peace, cooperation, and development. What are Aby Ahmed's achievements so far? There are very many important political and economic reforms taking place in Ethiopia today. The government of Ethiopia is in the process, if it has not done so by now, it is in the process of privatizing many of the state-owned businesses and moving towards a market economy. Now, what is a market economy? It is an economic system in which production and prices are determined by unrestricted competition between privately owned businesses. In other words, the activity in a market economy is unplanned. It is not organized by any central authority, but it is determined by the supply and demand of goods and services. For example, Aby Ahmed has taken steps to free up the telecoms sector, which is currently dominated by a state-run monopoly. What else has he done? So far, he has lifted the state emergency and unblocked hundreds of websites and TV channels, ordered the release of prisoners and journalists, allowed exiled Ethiopian personalities to return home and build the nation, extended olive branch to Ethiopia's regional rivals, for example, Somalia, and ended the war with Eritrea. No doubt he possesses leadership qualities of a transformational personality. But what we need to ask ourselves is, what is the game plan for the region? Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Sudan, and Somalia. What is in plan? What is being planned as a regional Horn Africa bloc? What is the game plan? There seems to be a working plan that is being rolled out to bring together these countries and form Horn Africa economic and political blocs. The situation in Somalia is a replica of what is happening in Ethiopia, or the other way around. The situation in Ethiopia is a replica of what is happening in Somalia, although the Ethiopian situation is quite different. There is a strong established government for a long period of time, while in Somalia there has been crisis and the situation has not been stable since 1990. Now, there is that struggle between two groups of people. The first group are those who argue that regional governments is the way forward, while there is another group that argues that central strong government is the best way forward. We can see in Somalia there is these leaders from Jubaland and Puntland who are refusing to talk about going forward into the elections. Their position is stagnant. Their position is decided, And you cannot go into a negotiation with someone who cannot be flexible, who cannot move positions. Their situation is fixed. That has happened in Ethiopia as well. Now, what happened in Ethiopia was there was this war that has taken place, and the Tigray region, the people, the leaders from that region have also refused to negotiate and move into an agreement. And what was the result? Everyone can see for themselves. That is what is likely to happen in Somalia. If the dreadlock continues, there is going to be an extension for President Farmajo, and the parliament and government departments will still continue to work, and these two regional governments will be dealt with decisively once and for all. That is what is likely to happen in the next couple of years. As for Ethiopia, their situation has been resolved. And now what is remaining is to streamline and bring together those parties that are in discussion, in dialogue, and charter a way forward. There seems to be a working plan that is being rolled out to bring together these countries from Horn of Africa. But first, the focus seems to be to establish in these countries, Somalia, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Sudan, to Djibouti, to establish a strong central government that will enable these countries to come together and establish a strong regional bloc to foster peace and development. Now, if there is more to come, keep it here, subscribe, and turn on notification. See you later, inshallah.